He bit you. He bit you. He bit you?
Charlie bit me.
No, but in all seriousness, you got bit by a kid? So hard that he's gonna leave a scar on you. I mean, the scar that you have on your arm from that crazy dog who attacked you and Toby, you're gonna get another one? If I'm not mistaken, you've told me before that scar tingles and tickles like ghost pain or whatever you want to call it, like, so it make tingles and it's itchy and stuff. Ugh, I don't even want to know. And oh, you got one from a kid? Yeah, you better tell people it was the shark bite. Even if you told them the truth, they probably wouldn't believe you. Being bit by a kid so deep that you get a scar. Oh man, what a kid. When you said it, like, what did you call him? I think you called him something Bear as a code name. I know who you're talking about, and I think it's absolutely adorable that you put Bear as a code name. All I heard was either like Volley Bear or Loy Bear, and I'm thinking like, neither of those make sense. You're gonna have to type it out next time, because I have no idea what you actually said. When you mentioned that he had bit you so deep that you're gonna get a scar, I was like, what in the heavens? How? What? First thought was like, what have the parents done to raise such a kid and burn her? But I remember that when we were kids, we used to bite each other like frequently and like use growl sounds and stuff. We were like animalistic, and people might think we're absolutely... Yeah, but that's what we did. That's kind of like the way we communicated, because we didn't need to actually talk. We just knew what each other were thinking. We really were that close. That's just... There's a reason to why people call this like Chip and Dale or... oh, what are those three called? Okay, in Swedish it's knatte, fnatte, chatte. Now we'll put the English word here, because I can't actually remember what it is now, but it's the three ducklings in Donald Duck, you know, his nephews, right? Yeah. How they always finish each other's sentences. We always did that as kids. If only we had known back then, the scary movie, you know, come play with us, with two twins in the hallway. We would have known about that. We could have gone and freaked some people out, like, for reals. I think some people were freaked out. They told me, like, a few years after, like, the way you talked all the time, it was kind of creepy. I was like, yes, good. Technically, when I thought about it, I'm actually not that surprised that he was biting you out of affection. Even though I still think it's too far to go that bit a hole through your skin. I hope they really take care of that for you, so you don't, I mean, scar, really? Ugh, so unnecessary. Biting, fine. Biting hole? No, that kid ain't coming near me. Speaking of how we used to communicate as kids, do you remember we even had like our own language? Which I guess we still have, we just don't use it as much. We could tell what each other were like thinking just from sounds. And I remember so well, because it always pissed mom and dad off, because they were always like, hey Mirr, how are you feeling? Do you like the food? And I will go, and mom would go, oh, please, can't you just speak normally? And you would just sit there on the other side like, she's saying she don't like it. I remember that so well. I kind of miss it. I was so envious also when you walked around. I can now see why you really like Switzerland. I can actually do that. More like aesthetically maybe, but that's just because, you know, I saw the houses and stuff now and the park. Still so surprised that you're saying it's cold, but it doesn't really look that cold. Our weather is actually absolutely terrible right now. Like, it's been snowing and raining, and ugh, it's awful, and it's cold and mean. Sorry. And when you were like walking along and you were like, hey, I haven't seen this road before. I think it's after you do the sneezing joke. You looked like left to one pathway and right to another. The left one was like, ooh, half creepy forest kind of thing. And like to the right was like normal like walking road. And all I could think of was Beauty and the Beast, where Belle's father is, you know, on the horse and going to the fair, and he looks, oh, where should we go? Normal road, creepy road. And you instantly go, okay, we'll go this way. And in my head, the only thought that popped up was, oh fuck, she's gonna get attacked by dogs. And oh wait, it doesn't matter, she already got baby rabies. But yeah, I love that kind of fall feeling. I mean, here everything is just stripped off. There are not any leaves or anything. It's just cold and your place, it looked like fall, really. Like there were still some leaves and brown yellowish tones, and oh, it looked so cozy. I wanna be there too now. Not taking the flight. Forget it. Maybe train. Probably train. Not flight, no. And also you tricked me when you were like, oh, her, I just found this drink in the cellar. I wonder what it does. And in my head, it was, oh my god, don't drink that, what the fuck are you doing? And then you're like, oh yes, it's quite this strange substance, I don't know what this is. Very funny, ha ha ha. One day, you're gonna get food poisoning just for that joke alone. But okay, now I have responded to all the things that I thought was kind of, that I wanted to reply to more directly. I won't ask, how you doing, how you feeling, blah, blah, blah. And yes, I won't ask every time unless you actually make a vlog where you're sick, but I mean, it's gonna be a few days in between every video, so, you know, it's irrelevant, I get you. Sorry? Also, do you see this? Like, do you see, like, this? I don't know where the spaces are. This wonderful thing is my new camera. Finally, I got a new webcam, and I have a microphone on the way too. I'm gonna buy, because this is getting annoying. Sorry. But the webcam here is a Logitech C920. I think it's called HD as well. The only thing is, I think my computer is a bit too bad, because it can't, for some reason, it won't record the HD that it actually includes, and it makes me so sad. So it's 480p, but it looks better than the old webcam at least. It's okay, baby. Mommy love you anyway. And thank you so much for complimenting me on my editing skills. You should know this by now though, because I did study it, and this is like my favorite thing to do as a hobby. So I would be surprised if I hadn't progressed at least some. You have that just normal like talent. Normal is unnormal, that's why it's a talent. You have the knack for just vlogging normally, like with a camera and stuff like this. I can't do that. I'm way too shaky, and I wouldn't be able to walk around and talk at the same time. You just make it look good. So I feel like I'm just sitting here in my room. It's kind of empty. I think I have to make up with my editing skills, or my vlogs would suddenly feel very, very boring, if you know what I mean. But thank you for the compliment, that means a lot. Also, I have Heroes of the Storm! A friend bought me a key so I can actually play on my own account now, which is awesome. I know you haven't like played or seen Heroes of the Storm, the Blizzard MOBA. It's in closed beta, but you can buy yourself into it. Long story short, me and 4 others played as a full team, and we decided that, hey, let's take this squishy carry and give him 3 supports and an Abathur. Essentially, Abathur is one of those characters that can sit in base. He can symbiote with people in lane, so he can do damage while he's on them, and he can shield them and stuff. And it's kind of like just a funny thing we decided to do, because if we can keep one person alive, no one will ever die. And the team that we faced off all had USA at the end of their names, and we kind of just went, America, fuck yeah. It was so highly ironic, because we were on the EU service and playing, but we didn't really think much of it, and we just had so much fun that game. The map that we were playing on is a map where in the middle there's a pirate, and you collect coins from like neutral mobs around the map, and as you give him coins more and more, he shoots cannonballs at the enemy's like turrets and base, and that's essentially how you win it. Well, you can attack normally, but that's boring. Here, Pirate King, blow up their base, please. Here is the ironic part. My friend, you know who it is, said, I recognize the name of one of those guys. So he went on to Reddit, and behold, the people that we were fighting against was a pro team. They were ranked number 1 in all 3 tournaments that they had participated in. They were good, like good, and we had no idea that we were playing up against like a pro team. In a normal match, we were like, what? Wait, we just fought a pro team? And we nearly won? with a troll pick? That's absolutely amazing, and I can't help feeling both weirdly starstruck for people I have absolutely no idea who they are or anything. And second of all, I can't help but feel so proud for us that we nearly won. Like, with a troll pick. We weren't tryhards, we didn't have a normal setup as a team. We just went with teamwork and were always there for each other and had fun. And yet we nearly won over a pro team. That is kind of amazing. Not bragging or anything, but I was just so proud of my teammates and how well they played. And it was so much fun. It was amazing. On to a new topic. I want to introduce you to my new favorite webcomic. I know it's kind of strange, but it's called Dumbing of Age. And it's not fantasy, it's a really normal comic, but what is so good about it is that it has so many different characters and you see things from a different perspective and you see them grow. It's very like normal. It starts off with like students in a student home and how they have to cope with each other because they're so different. There's all stereotypes from the hunk that goes around and has sex with everyone to the super Christian girl. And believe it or not, I think you would like it. You know that manga book that we had when we were younger that was called Serenity? It's kind of like that, how it's like rebellish but still within its own rights, if you know what I mean. And I really think you would enjoy it. It's really good and I can so recommend it to, well, technically everyone, and even more if you're like a young adult or an older teen, kind of, because it has a bit with the self-reflection in it and realization as well, and it can give you some good pointers in life. And on to the last topic that I really wanted to bring up and I was so excited to tell you about. Me and my friends have started role-playing. The type of roleplay that we're playing is called The End of the World. It's essentially you make a character that is literally you and how you survive the zombie apocalypse with your friends. It's a bit different because it plays out on what features, like what positive and negative features you have and how you can become scarred from traumatic experiences and stuff like that. So it's not only, you know, bash, 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 kill, 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 kill. It's more about intrigues and how to figure out stuff and survival, which makes it so much more interesting. And we played around and it was really much fun. I kind of fell in the back of that first session because I didn't really know how to take up space. I felt so horrible. I'm gonna tell you shortly what happens. According to the story, we were meeting up in Stockholm to have a gaming weekend. Then suddenly this huge meteorite crashes through our window and we can see everything around us is starting to like panic and we hear alarms and stuff like that, and suddenly we see, well, people are walking around kind of strangely. Wait, is this the zombie apocalypse? No, it can't be. We get our friend in there and apparently he's been bit by a dog and he's been scratched in the neck by another guy that was apparently super creepy, and we were like, oh yeah, this is he's screwed. He dies in the apartment from blood loss and then comes back to life, whereupon we have to find him and beat him down with we tried to beat him down with a frying pan, I believe, but he didn't die from it, so one of our guys had to come in and split his head in half with a katana. Then he died. Here's the funny part. When we were trying, I didn't get to do anything in the background, mind you. I just more added social commentary and stuff. I didn't actually do anything. I gave the guys an umbrella to fend off some people, which was good as a defensive thing. But when we exited the apartment, you know, we were on a street and there's zombies to our right, the zombies to our left, and we just go shh where they won't notice us. We need to get upstairs. Our GM, the game master, tells us, okay, you're now out here and you're trying to stay away from these zombies and not alerting them. Make a dexterity roll and see how well you do. And if you have anything in your bag that can make a racket, you get a negative die. And all of the guys just went, okay. Some of them had really bad dexterity, might I add, and none of them made a sound. And then it came, oh, it's your turn. And I was like, oh, alright, I have 4 in dexterity out of 5. I think I'm fine. I failed. What? I had the most unlucky roll there was. I exited the apartment and I slammed shut the door behind us, alerting all the zombies. I was a good teammate. We managed to run upstairs and survive for a little bit longer, and I'm not gonna tell you everything because but we had so much fun and all the characters were so intriguing. Oh yeah, there was a man who was eaten alive by rats, I believe. That was a bit nasty. But we had fun, it was amazing. We're gonna play the next session now on Sunday, and I'm gonna tell you all about it next time because it's awesome. And zombie. Oh, would you look at that? We're running out of time for this video. I hope you have fun and that you're doing good and you will stay in touch soon. I hear you're having a surprise for me for the next vlog, which I'm really excited about. Take care. I love you. Bye.
That's a spicy meatball!